Good morning. It is Thursday, May 28th. We have quite a few updates today, so Premier is going to speak very, very quickly. Dr. Patterson will make a statement, then Minister of Community and Government Services, Minister Kusugak, will make a statement, and then Minister Hickes will speak first in his role as Minister of Finance and then in his role as Minister responsible for the WSCC, and then we can dive into questions. Thanks.
May 28. Ukalima yugalaw lang ang mata sibulik tipiga kalaw luta Patterson ukausit sa Iqaluit Minister nunaliniga pa magkunilis piyit sa Lorne Kusugak ukausit sa kalangayok ambalo Minister Hickes kinaw yaliri kunut ambalo kanayak tinunalo kumaliri kunut ambalo apekusit takri.
Nunavut me Blackwood chapake maana motikili utana nuban narjo 19 Nunavut iluani ngito holitana kuwenakto. Mamana mutikidligo takwa 1,044 kawe haktaw himayut nuban na yung 19 kangi mangata huli utak yabut 124 kawe nangit huli anyangi mangata ubadubut hungi mangata amataan na anya talititi kutwami na tutinga ilagyak taw na hanat tayo 5 ronut June 11 mutikidligo tana tuwami natok atong nela miyabut ila atanya amatana hanat tay lakay mi akwa Nunavut iluan kahut kapalyaw nela matat akwa taribi nang minakakto takwa kaluyat kiheni ugyak tu charlota kanigi luak tangit luta huli ubdalu luak tangit luta huli agawo ang mi charta luwi huli takwa lukta huli atut chaw tigo tana nuwan na 19 Nunavut magalatwana pat ay tuloy lang inakwatakwa kawi at chalugit malit chalugit pinapabut akwa pilira katigi chaluta malit chalugit akwa tana nuwan na ywa kangyam na mayup halagin yata butakwa nalat chaluta nagdigi liwitakwa inokatibut ikayak talawitakwa inokatibut tana iswa kay mga Dr. Patterson watchaw na penit na tuwa ma Okangayang na ito ang mata kwa Minister Mako, Minister Kusugak, Minister Hickes ta unikang na ang mata ubdokat siya na ako Nunavut. Good morning. There is still no confirmed or probable case of COVID-19 in Nunavut, and I'm always happy to say that. Today, the total number of people under investigation to date is 1,044. And 124 people are still under investigation. We have extended Nunavut's public health emergency for additional 2 weeks until June the 11th. Let's stay safe and be aware as we head into another weekend. COVID-19 is still a threat, even as we ease restrictions and slowly work to our new normal. Wash your hands often, keep 2 meters apart, and practice physical distancing and stay home if you feel sick at all. We all need to work together and to be committed to make sure we will continue down Nunavut's path. We have several updates from Dr. Patterson and my colleagues this morning, so I will let them get right into it. Nunavut Mute, have a good day.
Good morning. I'd like to take this opportunity to clarify the conditions required in order for us to consider altering the current border measures in place. I have previously indicated that the border restrictions in place will likely be among the final public health measures that are eased or lifted. This is because right now travel into Nunavut from outside of the territory represents the highest risk. If we want to continue Nunavut's path and remove additional public health measures inside the territory, then we need to maintain strict travel measures. This is our best chance to both return to the activities we enjoy and the programs we depend on, while still protecting the health and safety of Nunavumia.
Ulakot pibigam ninni to kisinaktit sigaro mayong amalit taw gali nik tako sumasaksiro taw gali asidjak taw niak pataman na oyok kidlibo Nunavut ata niak tidlugit tikibiuteligun nam nivut lalo na sa magamata ko Nunavut may tikigun nang naisulit tak bihakti taw si mayuman na oyok tako kingulak pangulutik khasujaw gialaaqtut ammalo maannaw yok Nunavut mo kunang sila taanulluunniit uluqaanartumiinnarneq paangumma tikittu qaqattaq qataimaatuinneq Nunavut mo sivumugiaqut iqaqumagutta taakkua qaakkanningagu aannaaqarnangittuliqinnermu malittau qaquyavu Nunavut iloani taima asiaguorpiqangittuniik tikit tailititsinermu suli atatitsigiaqartugut taanna akaunarnerpaangoyuuq taima utiqumaniaruttau vagu huviagijanginno qanuiliuqutittinnu piliqianullu vagu tatigipattatinnu taima chainatautsikkut sapummisinnaarluta qanuittailigiaqarninginni attanartumiittailigiaqarninginnillu Nunavummiu.
With that said, fulfillment of any of these following conditions will influence decisions to alter our border measures. Development of a vaccine for COVID-19. We've already discussed this, and though it is unlikely that a vaccine will be developed and readily available in the near future, it is still a factor that will influence all of our public health measures. Next, development or discovery of an effective treatment for COVID-19. Next, indication that COVID-19 is under control in our neighboring jurisdictions. This means that beyond just seeing decreasing case numbers, we would need to see evidence that community transmission in neighboring jurisdictions is minimal and contained. And finally, achievement of sustainable and ongoing diagnostic capacity in every community in Nunavut. Unfortunately, many of these factors are outside of our control, but we will continue to monitor the evolving global situation. As always, our decisions surrounding the border measures will be guided by evidence and will be designed to protect and preserve the health and safety of Nunavummiut throughout this global pandemic.
Tako khoserilaulugit tako malittaugunnarsineaqqata ilulingit tako isamaliurutauneartu tako matuirnear mangaatigu Nunavummuurunnarneq ukkua kisaani naluneersamaliqqata sanajaussimajoqaliqqat kapuutimik nuvajjuarnaq 19 tailigunnartumik taanno khoserigiqsimajavut ammalumaannauju kapuutimik sanajaujuqajjaangittu atuinnaujuqajjaangittu maannakkut kisaani taanna atuuti qatsiaqajaqtu qaakkua aannaaqarnangittuliqinnermu malittaugiali quyanaartaugunnarneqqata ammalu aaqittaujuqarluni inuulisautiugunnartunik nuvajjuarnaq 19 mut ammalu nalunaertausimalirluni nuvajjuarnaq 19 aulatautsaaliqninganik asinginni avittorsimaviujuni Nunavussilataani sullu khatsinnarutuinnangillutik kisiani taakko nalunaersimappat saarmapalliagunnierningинник kanatami asinginni ammalu nalunaersimatsaaleqqa saarmapalliagunnierninganik ammalu kingullerpaami taima atuuti khatsiartumi kayusitsiartumi khawisautiqarunnanermu tamaani nunalilimaatsaani Nunavummi tainna malittauleqqattaut khasujaugiarunnarsigajarmiyut kisiani uggurnartuqtaakkua missut aulagunnangitavut kisiani qawiisarpallianaartavu tamakkua nunarjuami qanuipallianingin siarmapallianingita taimangalimaaq isumaliurutivu tamakkua Nunavummu tikittoqakkannerunnarsiqattalaarmangaa kisiani naluneersimatsaaleqqat ammalu sapummiyau siaqhullugit qanuingiqullugi attanartumiiqunagillu Nunavummi maannaujoq nunarjuami siarmapalliajoqartillugu.
I would like to remind Nunavummiut that as of Monday, June 1st, playgrounds, territorial parks, and daycares are permitted to open, and the size of outdoor gatherings may increase to 25. On June 1st, we will also begin our bi-weekly announcements on the assessment and potential easing of additional public health measures. The reason we have chosen 2 weeks as our interval of choice is straightforward. All evidence suggests that 14 days is the maximum incubation time for COVID-19, so this 14-day window will give us an opportunity to assess the situation around us and make informed decisions based on the latest information available. Please remember that if a threat is detected, we may need to react immediately. We will provide as much warning as possible, but we may need to introduce or reintroduce public health measures right away. Finally, the Department of Health is issuing a public health advisory to the community of Savikataaq due to the detection of pertussis, also known as whooping cough. Whooping cough is a disease of the throat or lungs that is spread easily from person to person. Anyone can get whooping cough, but the most severe cases are in young children. For that reason, the daycare in Savikataaq will remain closed for the time being. Thank you.
Iqaluit siya kumayunga Nunavut Munich tayo mapigarlo ni nagadya mi June 1 sila mi ani ngabit amalo Nunavut mimeng ngisakbi pairibilo matuirum nalalaktum takwalo katsugum namningi sila mi katimagum naktu 25 ngugun nalasizon June 1 mi pigyala mi yugumakpo pinasakos ni nagay patinalo na sa katarlo takawi sa kaya katarlo tato tamakwa kasuyaw yang na mga tasik kaningan na hamnang ituloy ng mamalitaw kasumayag ka. Pidyo tsakap to takwa makupin na sa ako si tukisinat siya to takwa nalo na si Mama Uloy 14 tak na nuvadyo ang naktay ma timimik pero palyaso ng matubalo pipalyaso ng maulo ni 14 ni tayo may maulo ni 14 ni tayo mapibika kung nakatang na ako kaya sa katang luta tukisi umatsalo talo isumaliw ako tikakatang na akatan utango nakpani tukisi ako tini ato ino yatong lugin ikaw man ako si tayo mga ulo kaya anak tumikaw yaw yung hakat tayo mga kilamit ko matusit siya tigigun na kaya kata kasi ani tayo mga kawik kaya gaso akatang na kalawak tigus sipong ngagut ang malukakan ni ngagawaan na akam nang ituloy ng mumalitaw galin ni akitsit siya tigikatang na kayak tigus tingol la pa me ta kwa na ham nang ituloy ko dalo na yaksidyo na ham nang ituloy ng mo ojek so khuyo sani kilo ang Munich kaya yaw sumayo kang ngatan na khuysok na khaneman na khuysom na ta na sulo igya ngagut ubalo puvang ngagut sa masakay sungulo ni ta na wupim kak nguni kaktaw yo kay ma pinakpanguso khaneman nakpanguso so sila tay may mat Sani kilo ang may pairibik suli matus si magyaliman na kay namon. Kuyan na may.
Ublukut. Unip kalaw pidlang niya kamari. Ukaw sa kalo matamak ko. Nunavut mi awayaw lang ming mat awayak palya lang ming mat awayak palya niya mariklugo taman na ukyok takto mi napay palya niya lang ming mat apikoter joanik idlok joak sanik titirak bing nik sunak kalong niglo kaya man na mo pang nagpalya yaka ka lang migapta tikip palya yuk sanik sana ni akto nik ukyak saksak lugo mahan na pila review ni akto 19 ngung matanunali Nunavut iluane takwa Ajiging itu tau mata ilang ipilarek sa kadlaw blutik ilang mikinaksaw galawak blutik. Kasi ni amisunik kablo na ano nangan ni pilari yaktok tukang niyang matamaw nga nunabumut pilari katikang niyak blutik dutako ni nga nunabumutangnik. With the construction season upon us, the government of Nunavut has undertaken necessary preparations for construction projects to proceed during the summer and fall of 2020. In the 19 of the 25 communities in Nunavut. This includes over 50 capital projects valued at over approximately $6 million or $600 million. Given the significant size of our construction program, we rely on a certain level of skilled workers from southern Canada to work on these projects alongside our Inuit and northern labor force. Tam na pila katigibutigut itwak say Patterson pang nagpalya ligap tatak kwa kabrunan nangan ni tamaw nga sanayak tong niyaktut maligya kang matataw inutuya kaya kaklutik ilako lutik sanateli no magong no kublo no 14 no tamaw nga nunabumut tikilaw tinagit kawa magkuno na umitama tuminga awlat siniyaktut kaway sarlutiglo takwa ilako wikta kaya kang niyang ningitaw na ni kabrunan nangan ni sanateli no magong no Kaya kani ilako niluktangin ni ting miso mo ikilaw niluktangin ni pilarayip tinut kaway saktaw ni aktut. Kaya man na tiyaktaw maligiyakang matamaan na Nunavut utirasuktut anyak biliyak simayut tay kwa sanayak tong nyak tu mga tayman nataw maligiyakang nyak tu. In consultation with Dr. Patterson, arrangements have been made to ensure that all Southern workers comply with the strict requirements of the 14-day isolation periods before traveling to Nunavut. The GN will control and monitor these measures at the isolation facilities in the South during the 14 days, including up until workers board their flights. This follows the procedures for residents and medical travelers already in place. Takwa pilagaya kakaptigun Nunavummi nunaling pekotak juat igluk saidu napaktaw yaya kang nakayangit amaman na sukataksiman nakayangit ulugayanak tuktakak tidugutap sa mga nuwag juang 19 maligangit tamakwa maligya kakaptigut kuyan na may rumayak katay kwa hamlet kut katimayingit may yung idlo takwa tamatuminga isumaliw kataw tiyalaw mata sanayak nayak tidlugi sanayak to kumatidlugi nunalingon takwa tamang milukta tiya nunalit hamlet ngit apirilaw tabut ila apirilaw takka kanuik sang mga ta sanayak tukakayak pat kablunano nunanganod tamang milukta isumaksut tiyalaw tut pekoyigutik pekoyigutik lunit takwa kuyan na may pabut tamatuminga isumaliw kaya kalaw mata. We need to balance the long-term infrastructure needs for communities with the current COVID-19 restrictions, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the municipalities, especially our mayor and councillors, for taking an active role in the decision to proceed with these projects during the 2020 construction season. And I assure you the municipalities had full say on whether they should go ahead or not. There was no pressures to either ask them to proceed or not proceed. That decision was theirs alone. I would also like to acknowledge the construction companies for their understanding of the need to respect the directive set by Dr. Patterson to ensure that construction projects move ahead with an understanding of maintaining the health and well-being of the workers in Nunavut. Takwalo ujjag yumang miyakato sanayak tong yaktut contract tidlo tukisiumat siyang mata, tukisiumat siya kaya kang ningidlo, ito aksay Patterson, si mo tangit kanong maligya kaktangi, maligay miksanod, tamani, sana yumatidlugit, nunabumi, takwalo, nunabumi utayit, ama nunabumi sana yakto kataw si mayutaw, anyak tayo lima kaya kang ninginig, udsak siya raw mata. Takwa, sakto yakalawak tidlugit ulo kaya naktut, tap sumanawag duwang ng 19 miksanod, takwa sana nayaktut nunabumi awayakat siya ko babut sana siya ko babudlo kudjakto lutiglo nunakatiminig pilagabigay yaminiglo. Despite the challenges presented by COVID-19 pandemic, we are looking forward to a safe and productive construction season this summer. Thank you. Koyanamik.
Thank you and good morning, everyone. I'm very pleased to announce that the Government of Nunavut is launching a new program, the Nunavut Essential Workers Wage Premium. Through it, the GN, or the Government of Nunavut, will fund eligible employers to pay their lower wage workers more for the hours they work. Employees who earn less or $20 or less per hour will be able to receive an extra $5 per hour. Employees who earn between $20 and $25 per hour will receive enough to bring their wages up to $25 per hour. Funding will be available for employers to support this higher pay for up to 16 weeks.
Ulasakut, huwag itong anak na sigur na kamano na buka pa magkungit sakil silang atanong tamik piliriamik. Dan nunavumi pimario ni ikanayalin no kinaw jasangin no ikayutimi. Tako nunavuka pa makungikinaw yakaktit sigun nak neaptut ikanayaktit sigiyo yun itako kinaw jasangin nak sano ikanayakti minut ikakasiutingin no. iqanayaqtiit ikaqarsiutihaqtut $20 miqaqqatamaat ubbalutung ani taakko haakkanningagut $5 ilayaugiarniartu ikaqarsiutingit iqanayaqtiit kiinoojatsayu takunningani $20 ambalu $25 ikaqatamaat taima $25 mut ikaqqamut ikaqarsiutitaarunnarsinaaliqtu kiinoojaq hartitsigutiatu innauniartu iqanayaqtitsijujunik taakko pinasaarusinno 16 nut tikiumalugu.
To start, our government is targeting employers who provide health and social services to vulnerable Nunavut. These include our shelters, group homes, food banks, boarding homes, and similar organizations. We are also opening this program to licensed daycare facilities. The Government of Nunavut will consider expanding eligibility to employers in other sectors over time, depending on program take-up and funding availability.
Pigiarutigilugu gafamagiyagut tuqaagaharniartut iqanayaqtitsijujunik tamakkuningatu innautitsiqattartunik anneharnangittulernermut inulernermullu tamakkununga ikajortaugiaharnerpaanu Nunavummiunut taakko suurlu angeqqaqangittukkuviit ubbalu angeqqariyauvii ikajortaugialinnut niqinik nuatsiviujunut tuyormivinnuarannaarbilaarsimajunut ammalu taimaagala katutsiqatigiinut taanatu innautinniarmiyagu taakkununga licensehartunut pairivinnut Nunavut kavamakkungi sumarsarsiurutiharniartu taakku iqanayartiasinginni pigunnarniarmangaata atuinnauningi kiinaujai malillugit.
The Government of Nunavut's Department of Finance will administer the program with funding from the Government of Canada. We will begin accepting applications from employers on Monday, June 1st. Application forms and more information about this program will be available on the Department of Finance's website starting Monday. I strongly encourage employers in the sectors I mentioned to apply for the Nunavut Essential Workers Wage Premium. Thank you.
Nunavut gavamakkungita kiinaujalirijikungita matuming aulatsiniartut kiinaujahartitsit nirmukanatau gavamakunginniingaartuni taakko atutsirautini pivalliagunnalaaliqtugu iqanayartitsijujunik naggadjaumi June 1 tatatiriali taakko atitirarbitsait ammalutukisigiaruti taatsumamit saano atuinnaulaartut kiinaujaliriikku ikiaqqivingani tukisigiarbingani naggadjaumi pigiarlugu taakko iqanayartitsijuju taakkuninga nalunaiqataartanni tutsiratsiaruvakka taakko Nunavummi pimmariujuni iqanayaalinnu kiinaujassaanu ikayuutini payannami.
Now I get to put on my Worker Safety Compensation Commission hat. And I just want to take a moment before I go into my statement to acknowledge the work that the employees of Worker Safety Compensation Commission have been doing through this COVID-19 pandemic. The quality of work and the information that's available on the website that I'm going to be talking about and highlighting today is exceptional. I just want to take a moment to publicly thank them for all the diligence that they're putting into making sure that our employers and employees have safe working conditions. As COVID-19 restrictions begin to loosen and workplaces begin to reopen, I encourage employers to be proactive in their efforts to ensure their workplaces are safe and healthy for employees and the public, and are following the public health advice for COVID-19.
Taakko hositsangi pigialaunginninginni taana ilisarsikainnaqamayo taakko iqanayartinu nalliukkumaaliriikkunginni iqanayartingi atsuutiqatsiarsimammata tamanna nuvadjuarnaqsiarmappalliarsimatillugu taakko aloqaqisaujangani tukisigiarbiulaartu ima atuutiqatsialaangata atsuruutiqarsimaninginnu taakko iqanayartitsijuju iqanayartiillu tukisiumatsiaqullugi tamanna nuvadjuarnaq isulit ila nuvadjuarnaq 19 qasujauvalliatillugit maliktaugialit iqanayarbiillu matuiqpallialertillugit sigaaqaqqa iqanayartitsijiujut sivongagut piliritsiaqattaqullugi taakko iqanayarbingit attanartuuqunagit ammalu qanuitbiuqunagit iqanayartinginnut kikkulimaanullu ammalu malitsiaqullugi taakkuninga aanneaharnangittulernermuudu qaujaugiaqtaussimayuni malittauqujaussimayuni nuvadjuarnaq 19 pillugu.
I invite any employer or employee to visit the Worker Safety and Compensation Commission website at wscc.nu.ca to check out their COVID-19 resources for more information on how to plan to safely reopen their business or return to work. This toolkit of practical resources, support, and information for Nunavut employers and employees is based on current public health information related to COVID-19 and provides guidance on how to do risk assessments at your workplace to ensure you are complying with workplace safety standards and laws.
Inapaka, ikanayaktit si Yuyut, ikanayaktin lo, takugayakot lugit, ikanayaktin na liw kumaligayik ko, hakisaw ko, tukisigar bingani, uvani, wscc.nu.ca, kawigigar lutik taman na nuvadyanak 19, mitsano, tukisigar utinig, hanoklo, pamnanyang mga ta, matuyok taw valyaning itakwalo, ikanayaktin utik palyanang mga ta. Takwa, tukisigar utit, Iqaluit gunaktut amalo tukisigaru tawlutik nunavummi iqanayaqtit siqattaqtunut iqanayaqtinullu maannaw yunutangu niqpaani aanne hamnangittuliqinarmut tukisigaru titalik nuvadjuana 19 mitsaanut ammalo atuagaqarsuti qano uluqianaqtumiittailigunnanermi iqanayaqbiuyuni malitsiaqalu armangata iqanayaqbimmi attanaqtumiittailititsinermut malittaugalinnik piquyanillu.
And finally, any employers who have questions or need assistance with completing their workplace risk assessment are invited to contact the Workers' Safety and Compensation Commission at 1-877-404-4407 or email COVID-19, COVID-19 at wscc.nu.ca. Thank you.
Ikanayaktit si Yuyut apikutit sa karutik ikayok tawga karutin luni dakwa ikanayak bingin ni uloganak tumingi kala mga takayisam ng mut kawigi ako jawut ikanayak tinunaliw kumaligayik kunni ukalalutik ubani 1-877-404-4407 hakisayak kuluni titirarlutiw bunga COVID-19 at wscc.nu.ca.
Ken Driscoll, APTN National News. Minister Hickes, essential workers have been working for 2 months now under pandemic conditions. I'm wondering, was there any thought put into making this supplement retroactive?
Ken Driscoll, APTN kunni Minister Hickes tako pimariyuni kanayakti pidjutigillugi kinaw jatsangin no ikayuti utikbigundalaka kingunittinni ullumimun.
Thank you for the question, Kent. It is retroactive to May 1st. There will be more details that will be coming out. I was just announcing the program right today.
May 1 may pigarlo ni utikluti taikwa utik ila takwa kinaw jatsangi takitugaro tingin utikbigundalakto.
I'm also wondering if there was consideration given to retail workers, considering that very few of us are going to eat if we can't go buy groceries. You'd have to consider them critical employees of some sort. When or how are you looking at expanding that program?
Takwa likian evik bimikana yakti sulu nikita yakti kain nasu gato takwa lupimariyo nikana yakang ngata kangali takwa tuinaw biulakan evik bimikana yakti kinaw jatsangin akitugayakotini.
Thanks for the question, Kent. And with the federal program of the wage subsidy, the 75% funding, most of those organizations qualify for that and have already given their employees a bump in salary?
Takwa gavamatukak kunni pilira ikayuti kinaw jutsano takwa 75% ni kinaw yakaktit sigumnang ata ilang itakko nang akitugayaktaw simalirik kinaw jutsani takchumuna ikayutik ko.
That's one of the challenges as we put together these programs is making sure that they coincide with federal programs that are out there to remove duplicity for one and to make sure that we're not stepping on each other's toes.
Natso nang katamak ko pilira kinaw yelo sakitaw hatta tilugit hakan ning aguta kuning at say na kamang ikalo mga ata malo pilira katigit sa kalo mga ata tukoy mo katigit sa luta.
My next one's for Dr. Patterson, please. Dr. Patterson, when you compare the list of medium, low, and high-risk activities that you released earlier this week, compared to other provinces and territories, it isn't terribly detailed. Like if you look at the Northwest Territories one, they seem to have listed every potential type of activity and where they fit on that spectrum. I'm wondering, does your department have a more detailed list of low, medium, and high-risk activities that you haven't released publicly yet?
Luta Patterson, tako na lunaylo kavigi. Kano tigiulo kaya naktumining yapasito kitiagot ang malulo kaya nang nakpa. Tako alinunat siya minalunay si matsiya nga tatitirak si malutik. Kano ito matuyak palagon na kayak mga tatako malinlugit. Tayo may tunay lulingin ni nalunayak si matsiya kanak tunay pikakin.
No, we don't have something like that. We felt that this one covered the orders that we had issued and it gives an idea of both the framework we'll use to alter the current public health measures and to get back to as close to normal as we can.
Aga, takoy sumalaw katatili si Juti si Mayuta suminga kamagutaw siya nga tambalutan na pangnauti nalunayak si Matsak to ni anaham nang itulirin ng mamalitaw gali hangak ko kasuyaw walagun naksala mga tambalo hangak ko inusibu tayo maino sa kilawak tatinot utik jumigun ng palyalang mga
Coin to me for the interpretation.
Clarification, there was an earlier draft that had a lot more detail, but a lot of it wasn't as relevant to us, so we didn't pursue that draft.
Tayo na sulak pa siya ito direktaw law to nalunayak si Matsay law to galaw kisani kuya nato inalaw katigo tayo na arnauti.
On that scale of low, medium, and high risk, where do you place reopening the Legislative Assembly?
Tan na lima likaliyog bi kano matuyak tayo gayak ni nga khut apasipa kitiago balaulo kaya naktumilo ka matuyak tayo gunang ni nga.
That would be in there with the indoor gatherings, but with modifications could be lowered down into the medium risk.
Tako ila tayo matsay na ilo ani katimagun naktu hatsiw ningin no tayo magsulo. Akiyak tayo si mapaulo kaya naktumitay litit sinamo kitiago tayo maulo kaya naktumining analo na tayo si magum nakto.
Rashni Sharma, Nunavut News. Dr. Patterson, as you were listing, I believe you listed 4 factors that you will be considering that will influence whether the borders will stay open or closed to the rest of Canada. I was wondering, why is the presence of COVID in territory not a factor on that list?
Rashni Sharma, Nunavut News Kunik. Luta Patterson, tako titirak si malaw nga ta sita mauling ayot isumasaksi ko taon lakto ko taman na Nunavut kilingi matuyak tayo kung naksini akatakan na tami asing inut sumanlay taman na titirak si makataw diyang ilak nuvadyo ang naktokang katamani ilagi yaw kataw ngimman.
Because it depends very much on what we mean by presence. And a single isolated case, we may raise or lower the borders or alter the restrictions at the border without worrying about that one case. If there's COVID all over the territory, maybe the border restrictions are no longer useful. So it depends very much on the circumstances. And it's those other factors that are probably just as important as well.
Malitugi solo taman na nuwadyo ang naktokang nakat ataw sito nakalo ni taman na si Jack tawagun na to yung nakakayak to Nunavut kilingi matuyak taw balialam nakata balo amiso nakata nuwadyo anak tuloy taman na isumasaksi ko taw gayak mayo matuyak taw gayak kalakad mga ata Nunavut kilingi.
Dr. Patterson, would you be able to provide us more information about what specific safety and health measurements the daycares have to undertake before opening on June 1st?
Luta Patterson, tako ato kisigakan na kumayaw kisunik ulo ka anak tumitay titsin ang malitaw galig nidlo kisunik maligaham na kapay revi matulaw ningin ni June 1 May.
The biggest changes that people may notice will be greater emphasis on cleaning at the end of the day, either closing early or having staff stay late so they can do enhanced cleaning. The other issues relate to drop-off and pickup of children, because it's the interaction between adults in different households that carries the highest risk of transmission of COVID-19. And so for most daycares, we're asking or recommending it be drop off at the driveway or curbside, not with a group of parents gathering in the entranceway. So those are some of the biggest changes they'll notice. Sorry, early.
Asik pala nakpangulak to tamak ko solo. Salom masay ka lahat kaya kang nangingit malmato sa kaya katarlo tilo ni salom masay katar na ngata ikanaya na ulungat naalak tilugo ang maluta ko kitong kami ni payribi mo ko jayot ubalo ay sakto tamak ko inay katikatar nangit ulo kaya nang nila siya magunang ningan Nunavut na atulay ko yigayak tugo so luta ko nga kitong kami ni payribi mo ko sa katarlutik isingit siya makilutik payribi iloano.
And there will be increased attention to keeping ill children out of daycares.
Little children?
Ill, sick.
Oh.
Sorry.
Ang malakaw yung sakta siya na ako tamak ko kanimayo payribi mo ngit siya makikata ko yung lutik kanutuin na kanimayo.
Just curious, the factor that the number of kids that go into a daycare facility, is that a factor at all?
Isa mayo la tako le khatsiw ga ka mga tapay ribi mo kun nakto isa magiyaw sa maba.
No, in jurisdictions that had limited the size of daycares, it did not alter the risk, which for children is very low. Children tend not to transmit COVID-19 to very many, if any, people, and they tend not to get severe complications anywhere near the rate that adults do. So lowering the number of children who could be in a daycare doesn't change things very much.
Aga asingin na bito sa maniw unita ko sulit ila khatsiw ningin ni sulit tabi haktit sit lutik ulo kaya naptimin ningin ni asid jiro tayo katangit to tamak ko ulo kaya naptimin nangin sa mata suko sila sa maksigun nang ningita ko alo kanim luang nginak sa katak suti tayo may tumot tayo matsay na inay kanim lagit katak ningit ito kasi na khatsiw na ko kaya tayo patatay ma ato te kakayang ito.
Jackie McKay, CBC News. Dr. Patterson, has the GN changed how it runs security in the hotel isolation hubs?
Jackie McKay, CBC Kunik Luta Patterson. Nunavut pa makunya si JC mabatay makakawi sakta kang na mawatsa kang na mo tuyong may binihalunani.
We've been working with the company to refine things, but it is still the same contractor that's providing the security.
Ako pili kataw sa mayo company yo tayo mga contractor sa mayo watch yo nang matako sa inay pili kayo.
But that security company is still watching people in the isolation hubs around the clock, escorting them outside.
Tako suli tuyong mi view yuni inutu view yuni kawi sa inaktu 24 ni kakani.
Yeah, that company is still doing that work. There's been some easing of we made it more accessible for people to get out and have cigarettes, so people are getting out more often than when the hub still started, but otherwise it's continuing in that fashion.
Tana company yo kima kawi sa luangin sa ulak to kasi kawi sa katakalo to take solo ani katagun nam na saulak so tisigala to kaya to tutilo isulit tak bakang ni saulak to ani kay nakatagon nang ni.
I've heard stories of people in those isolation hubs being able to go out essentially unsupervised because security has been drawn back. So is that happening?
Tusak si mamaguta ko ani sa katang ata kawi yaw law katita ay mga tusak si mamili.
Not that I know of. I'll check into it and get back to you on Monday.
tusak sa mangit nga how you get all lugo nagkajami ki ovigi kanner nalaktagi.
Thank you. There's been studies going on testing whether the TB vaccine is effective in preventing coronavirus. I'm wondering how many people in Nunavut have had the TB vaccine.
Ay sakto ka sa magutaman na puwanlun na pidyo tigil lugo kaputaw yung tamat sunungan no van juan na 19 mo ato te karon nangat. Katsiwa no na may kapiyaw sa mayo no van puwanlun nang itumi.
In Nunavut, the uptake of the BCG vaccine, the one that we give to newborns for tuberculosis, is about a little over 90%. The studies on the effect of BCG on COVID-19 infection have not been promising. And the preliminary results of at least one that I recall reading had shown no impact on the rate at which adults get COVID-19.
Tana kaputi yung BCG ng nakaktayo inukatano puwanlun na tayo ligutiyo 90% ngit piya kay tamatatso mga kapiyaw hataktot ang malokaw sa kutiyo sa mayutanan no wadyo ang tayo ligutaw ng mga tusa kuminangit ito tayo nakaway saktaw sa mayo inak no wadyo ang tayo ligutaw ng nga atutakak sa mangito.
Thank you. My next set of questions for Minister Hickes. For the new central wage premium program, is it going to be up to individuals to apply for that program themselves, or is it up to their employer?
Minister Hickes, na kinaw dyan sa ano kayo nalo na ikaw ay ikanayak ti ato ni tutsa kayali o balo ikanayak ti siyingi tutsa nga katalangapan.
It will be up to the employer.
Ikanayak ti siyingi tutsa nga katalangapan.
Is there a total amount of funding for this program, and how long will it be in place for?
Katili mga lugita ko kinaya nalo na ikaw sa malo kanu tigiyata niya ka.
So we've backed it. We'll pay retroactively from May 1st, and it's for a 16-week period, and we'll revisit after that. As far as the money that we've got an estimate in mind, but we want to see what the uptake will be, so that it will determine if we can add other industry or other business models to that program.
May one motor lugutan na bigyan ko na lang nakina jet sangin ni akit to kaya ko tiyok pinasa ko sinulo 16 no ata na akso ni kaya sa kanila tabot hat sila kaya mga nalunak to kanu tigitot sa rabiyo na mga nalunak sa mga matamalo ila sila mga taas ingin ni kanaya kaktunik.
This week, the City of Iqaluit Council passed a motion to write a letter to the government of Nunavut over concerns that the GN could be clawing back income assistance so people could be qualified for the CERB. Has the GN changed the way they've given out income assistance because of this emergency benefit?
Iqaluit sirik kung ita katimayeng igo titikalam nakalaw ngata Nunavut government kung inot takwa inuliriyik kung ni kayo siya tango katak tugo persibiyo katalang ngatatak kung nga kanatami ito agang naktugo kina jasano ikayo titak si mayunik tayo may sumaba.
Thanks for the question, Jackie, and I think it's an important distinction. First of all, there has not been any changes to the way Family Services allocates its income support. And we have a different system than other jurisdictions. I touched on it a little bit, I think, last week or the week before, where we provide, the fuel for heating. We provide very, very low-cost electricity, high levels of subsidy for rental assistance, which are the main cost factors driving a family on income support. So I appreciate the city's awareness, but at the same time, it's a very different model than other jurisdictions have for our family support.
Maybe Mario yo tamat ko ate kasi magyahang ni kasi naman na yo asedjak daw si mayo kang ito kina jet sila ikayo sa ta hatak tunay nuliriyik ko ni Adjung itu maulat sigu tamakwa solo atoy nautit sa kata uksualu tarun nauting innot illumut amalo umakutinot amalo illu atok tuak tau ningan aking innot kayo katakatigo tamakwa lo aking tamakwa inu nasuang namo tamakwa turangan mata kili katakatigo kujay kalo kasidik ko isumalo tahangata kisani adjung itu may aulat si Diyos sa kakata tamatuminga.
In addition, there has been federal dollars invested into GST family support programs so that the people that are most vulnerable have been getting supports through other measures. And again, like I talked about earlier, we're trying to avoid duplicity or creating more of a challenge later for people.
Tako to hakan nga government hakku ikayo takakatang ata solo GST ta kung namning itakita ma akito kaya tao sumaluti kamalo ilagi no ikayo tiyo solo sa akigutilo akito kaya tao sumaluti isumaluti kato yung natugula hakan nga gutay mga China ikayo tinisakir sina nikalawa mangata.
So is the GN in any way clawed back income assistance since COVID-19?
Numrago kapag kung inipir sa katang ito taman na nabadyo na pigalaw tiluguni ikayo sa katang katakto ni.
I would have to check with Minister Shutiapik. It's possible if somebody inadvertently or incorrectly applied for the relief benefit, the CERB program out of the federal government that not entitled to. There's a very complex issue there. If somebody's not entitled to be collecting CERB, yet it goes to their bank account, they would automatically be clawed back for their income support. Yet there could be a challenge if they incorrectly applied for CERB where they could have to pay that back later. So that's why the Premier brought up this issue a couple of weeks ago on how important it is for people that do not qualify for some of these federal programs that come out to not apply for them.
Kawiga realita na Minister Shutiapik mo tamakko atut sirak semayo government hakun ni tawag naktukko ikayo tiyo yumik piga kang ikalawak to tipis semayo ham nakat kinaw yakuvo nga no lupo taw nakat open na kani ikayo sa karon na tingi inuliri kun pirtaw gayak tut takwalo ubalo piga kang ikuti tay mai kayo sa tan roti akiliga katuin na reali atang yaktumik Tana sebulekti kayo mamakko pinasa ko sina sumalekti tamakko pigya kang itut tako nga piyo tutsara katta ko nagi tay ma akiligya katuin na kaya kasilangata.
If I could just add to that, Jackie, I can't stress enough on how important it is, again, for people that don't qualify for these programs to not apply for them. This could create a very stressful financial situation when the federal government claws back or gets their payback through your GST, through income tax refunds, and other federal dollars that do get supported out there. This could create a very difficult financial situation for families a year from now.
Ilagay ko taman na Jackie apek ko tingano taman na at surok naktukko ko tao to nakakangata mga pigya kang ito tayo mga tutsira katta ko nagigawa matakat kuni kayo tiyo unik lalo nang ito taman na kinaw yaktigo at suro tiyo lila nga ilangin not so lugawa matakat ko akilitit utaktit siya gunang ata GST ta ko tiyo katak tangan not obalo utaktit salary laktil lawid obalo kano to ina gawa magkuni kayo tiyo unik tamag ko pirtaw to ina kaya kang ata tayo mga tutsira ko minyo yung hakat pigya kang ito ni.
Minister Hickes, sorry. Emma Tranter, Nancy News. Minister Hickes, you just, in the announcement you just made about the wage increase for essential workers, you mentioned that it is in partnership with federal money. Is that because you received the $30 million allocated for Nunavut?
Emma Tranter, no siya kunik Minister Hickes, tako kino jitsano akit to kaya ko tiyo ho sa rikaw yati Pimmakiyo ni kanayak tinut. Gavamatukakuni pinniatsu $30 million.
Thanks for the question. I mean, it's actually separate dollars. So the federal government had announced a wage subsidy program, we'll say more suited to southern Canada and the salaries and how they're different in the north. With the recognition of our higher cost of living, obviously salaries are higher here than in other jurisdictions. Even our minimum wage is $16 an hour. So the federal government has allowed us some flexibility of accessing that program to modify it to fit Nunavut's requirements, I guess, or needs, with cooperation from the federal government.
Tanay mutko ngayon gavamatukakun ni kinaw yaktangos mayo. Kinaw jetsano ikayo tiyok at jigingin matalehalo nani kanatami kinaw jetsa hataktang itamani ukiyok taktumi akin tunik sa maino na suam ng mut amalo ikakasiw $16 mitan nakiglikhaling ngatamani gavamatukakku asid jigun nam nagailaw ngatatamaw nga nunavut mutukang at siyam naksa hulugod ay may kayo katigit siya tabo gavamatukakku taman na nunavut mutukang naksa hulugod.
And we know that people are still hiring new hires from the south, for example, to move to Nunavut. I'm wondering what the process is for those individuals who are not Nunavut residents. How do they come to Nunavut? How do they apply through the isolation hubs? Is there a separate process?
Takwa kanayak tita palyangin ng atay lasuli kanlunani nga tunik kanoli ato aga hakkano na bumiutaw ngitui tamaw nga kanayak ta katay miku suluk tuyong medin mo ga hamningi kamagayawan.
Basically, once you've committed to moving to Nunavut, you're considered a Nunavut resident. So they would go through the same process that any Nunavut resident would go through to the isolation hubs.
Tayo Nunavut no palyalek to haktilago tayo manalo na tayo si malisong mata Nunavut miyong ulang ningin ni tayo matsay na maligya kakayak to Nunavut ila. Kalunani tuyong mi binino tubin mi kay nakakayak to.
And I would just, I guess, just to follow up, that anyone, any business or as a government, as we hire people to come up, there would be information available to them on how to work through the process so that people don't have these questions in their minds.
Tako na minakaktiyo ito balukik ko ito na kanayak tita kaswak to tamat yung mga mitsano to kisiya ko tita likiso ni maligya kayang mga takakisaw ko.
Thank you. My next question is for Dr. Patterson. Dr. Patterson, you mentioned that you're issuing a public health advisory for Savikataaq. How many cases of whooping cough are there in that community right now?
Dr. Patterson, nalo na sa kagabihan na hamnang ituloy yung mujik so huyi ko timi Savikataaq mitatso akwa khusok naktumi khaniman naktuhanga khatsiw batay may tumi khanimat tak sumayo.
Just one, and normally we wouldn't announce that. The problem we had, or the decision was based around if we open up the daycares and there's transmission of pertussis in Savikataaq, then we have exposed children to an increased risk of transmission and acquisition of pertussis. And for children in daycares, pertussis is far more dangerous than COVID. And that's the rationale for doing it the way we did.
Ataw sito tayo nalo na kajalaw ngita kalawa kasi ni sa maliwla ko tugot tayo matuyok tayo ko nagu pairibing taman na khusok nakto Savikataaq misyang mako nagu ulugan nam naksapalo mataman na khusok nakto sukusyang no nuwadjam na ulugan nang inaksawlo ni sukusino tayo may lalo na si mayabu tayo na pairibing matuyok tayo ko nagu manak ko.
One, if I can add a little bit more, in addition to leaving the daycares closed, we'd obviously, closed in Savikataaq, we'd recommend that everybody continue social distancing and separation like they've been doing for COVID-19, at least until we know what else is, if there is any other cases in Iqaluit. But we do not think that this represents a risk or a threat to any other communities in Nunavut at this time.
Ilagay ang lugutan na paireview matuyaw ni nga Savikataaq may atuli kuji jugo tayo matsayin na ino katigi kanigi Tayle katakulugit imiko nga katalo kitako ni nga tsay na malituin na kulugin na wadjam nak 19 sa maktaw tayle ni nga pilugo. Tay makawin lang initin ni tako sa nikilo ang katsit ilat sa makanilaw nginin ni tanalo. Ulugan ang itsak tumanaw yun na linaw asingin no sa magayang ni nga ni tayo na kursok na.
Thank you. Final question for Minister Kusugak. Minister, I'm wondering the isolation hubs for construction workers coming to Nunavut, are those in the same 4 hubs as the regular isolation hubs?
Minister, tako tuyong may biyo kan lunani inutubiyo kay nahatta kaya li tako nung asa nagyatok tunod tako sa inawa sita mga yun nunalipaw yan ito.
Kuya na may tap sa mga apiri gawin. Take ko man na sita man atok tao yun. Tayo mawagalo aktidlugin. Siniktabik kan namin ataw sa mig ilagyak sa simayugun. Araw kami ang maataw sa mig Quebec City mi. Tako ukaw sa resakta ka kingulig. Tako nung sanayak tok simayutuin na tiyano atok tao na yaksutik. Asingili tayo ko man na atok tao yun. Tayo ako tigayaw lang na atok siya ng matatamaw nga atok tao yun lang na yaktuli. Thank you for the question. On top of the current 4 isolation hubs, there will be an extra isolation hub in Ottawa and one in, I believe, in Quebec City. Having said that, there may be some construction workers that would be using the existing ones also.
And just to follow up, the construction workers that are staying in those hubs, are they being paid during those 14 days?
Are they what?
Being paid.
Being what?
Paid.
Oh.
Akilak to.
Taka sa nagyatok to ulo ni 14 ni tuyong may bimiti lagi kinaw dyan sa lakan.
Tana makwiling nga lugukyo yung nakta makwiling nga bluting. Tamaw nga palyang mata sanayak tuktun. Sibudlag may tayo ko agawa magkuno contract nginig sanayak tuk si mayut. Pilari katigini aktabot tayo ko contract kaktut gawa magkuno pilari aksanig. Kano akilak tuktaw si maniyang mga tatay kani akilari akang nayakap tigut. Ang matay ko ali gawa magkuno sanayak tuk si mangitut solo uktu tigilugo. Tagwan ni siniktak bilaw matay kalong ni tayo ko tamatuminga sanayak tuktuli. Akilak tuktaw na yak tutay ko nung tikitit sinasukto na ubap tinung ito. Niraniyak tangil di tamang may sinitaping mining ito gawa makuno akilak taw galwak tilugi tamaki. It's a two-pronged response on that. Firstly, the construction companies that are coming to Nunavut to work on government contracts. We are negotiating with the contractors on what kind of remuneration they will have while they stay in the hubs. But for those construction companies that are coming to work in the private sector, and I'll just use very broadly the construction companies coming to work, let's say on the hotel here in Iqaluit or other private projects, they would be their remuneration for their salaries would be done by them and not by the government of Nunavut. But as for the hotels and meals, they would fall under the current obligation by the government to pay for that part of it.
Ken Driscoll, ABTN National News. Dr. Patterson. In a normal summer, foster children would be allowed to travel south with their foster families, so much so that Family Services even pays for that, so you can travel along and bring your foster kids. I'm wondering, under your recommendation of public health order, are foster families allowed to bring foster children south this summer?
Kent Driscoll, APTN Kunikluta Patterson, Taima Auyaku, Tigo ang wakakay na su tako kalunano aula kay nasungum matahika reaksuti inuliriyikkunnu akiliqtaumaritsutik takko ritongan ila tigo ngari kay naktaminni aula khattarunalaqauya.
I'm not going to single out any group based on their family structure. It would be inappropriate to say families with foster children can't go and others can go. Our general recommendation applies that people should think seriously about limiting or avoiding travel to the south while COVID-19 is active, but I'm not going to single out one group on that.
Tako nalo na sidyang ito nga ilagid kano ito ninginig at siging ito ninginig so lutigo ang nga kakto may gunak to tigo ang nga hang ito may gunak to tayo may liudyangin na matay mat atule ko yego tigis si mayabu malitaw ito na ko yabu taman na namadya nakto karningan ni so halo na nulo at tayo ko yilutat siyang mapanlian ni ang sule.
But underneath the way Family Services is set up, these children are wards of Nunavut. They are Nunavut's kids, and Nunavut's responsible for them. I'm wondering the recommendation of your office to foster families. Are they allowed to bring foster children south this summer?
Tako nila inuliriyik ko tako nga sukusugnik pakiyo mata ang besimayo mata Nunavuga makungit tayo mata ko tigo ang mga hakto tayo maula kay nakatakon nalakaw ya.
And sort of switch witnesses on you here, Kent. And Dr. Patterson is giving the medical advice, and we're talking about a policy that would probably be best directed to Minister Shutiapik's office.
Tana kyu Dr. Patterson no housing atana lo ana hamang itolere na motora nga yo kisani tamakko apek kutiyo Minister Shutiapik mo apek kutiyo nga rally.
And one final one for Minister Joannesy. Minister Joannesy, as you well know, this is the time of year where teacher recruitment generally starts to begin. You lost some teachers when teachers were ordered to return to the territory. There are more teachers that are saying that when they leave this year aren't coming back. I'm wondering, where are you and your department at right now with recruitment and retention of teachers for the upcoming school year?
Tako ilin natin si manaw yung ikanayak tita palyang usungong mata manaw laktuk ko kasi ni anay law kat silang inilin natin si nita makko tira tita utilawit amigak sila tuwid na tutsaw kat sila biliribis si kano tako ikanayak tita palyang mo ilin natin si kano ilok kaman.
Kaya na may pakutin tako akago tama ilinyak tulog ko kinakata ilisay ni tayo mapigak lalak si majugut akago ila ilinyak na rakto mupagnak tuta tana akago tama tayo may katakata tayo may lokan kanito ng majugut amma kasi animan nako udjero si mangit tugo sorlo inu ila amisung ko si maningita ko utijang itu ilisay yit kasi anito man na yok 130 ngujut takwa ilisayit inuk tawga kang naktut Nunavut mami tan June 27 2020 mi pigyak suni agokto tigo tabane kikatarong mi 77 ngudluti kivadlang mi 30 malukatong mi 23. Thank you for the question. The Department of Education, as per usual, we've already started our hiring and recruitment for educators for the upcoming 2020-2021 school year. And at this point, we have not seen an increase of educators choosing to seek other opportunities outside of the territory. Right now, we have 130 NTA positions available for competition across the territory, including 77 in the Hikitani region, 30 in the Givalda, and 23 in the Hitumyo.
Rajani Sharma, Nunavut News. 2 questions for Dr. Patterson. Dr. Patterson, I'm just wondering, do you happen to know how many medical travelers have come back into the territory from Yellowknife without self-isolating?
Rajani Sharma, Nunavut kunni luta Patterson takwa khatsu simawad luta laksin mayumini hanna belaksin mayumini Yellowknife me tako Inutugya ka kay nalaw ngitun. Tukatoy nalaw kangit kami no.
No, not off the top of my head. There were 43 one day and 44 the first couple of days that it became available, and then I stopped paying attention to the numbers, but it's, probably above 90 by now.
Aga 43 balo 44 ngo yujutak ko how isa ko nit sa makilaw ka kikisian kay 90 mo ngalak tutak ko ang kamuto ka to na kun naksimalaw to yaw na if may ngak to mini.
I had a follow-up question about that, but I'm going to change the question now. Maybe you'll be able to answer this. It's about construction, though. I just wanted to know, have people started self-isolating in the hubs already, the construction workers? When is the first set of construction workers expected to arrive into the territory?
Takwa sana ye ilulil timit sa ano ka nga pigala ka pigas malakalo ni damalo ka nga tikipalya silakan.
I think Minister Kusugak will answer.
Koin namik aperiga vitap saminga mana mo tikit lugo 125 ngulak tut takununga siniktabing no utakayak tok simalak tut isumayugo imaka sana tailing ngoksar lugo sana tailing imaka 100 kanang ni ilan na yaklutik. Thank you for the question. Up to now, we have 125 construction workers have booked to date, approximately, and we're anticipating roughly another 100 to probably be booked on top of that by Sunday.
Thank you.
Oh.
Jackie McKay, CBC News. I'm wondering, out of the construction workers hired to come up this summer, how many people are coming up?
Jackie McKay, CBC kunita ko ilulil ti sa nagyatulak to aw yakat siula mga takaw yimabi.
Kuyan na may aperiga vitap saminga isimakaktugo take ko kaway mabdutigo kanito sunasanayaw niya mga ta adjiging ito ni nunaling ni isumakaktugot ataw chikoro tamani jangin mi yugalot tiki kattaglo tigdaw nakatang niyaktut tamani 400 500 miksani niyaktut. Thank you for the question. With the different kind of construction projects that are happening across the territory, not to say that they will all be here at the same time, but as construction projects proceed, you have the people who are putting up the infrastructure, and then the electricians come at a different time, and plumbers, and so on and so forth. In total, we're anticipating roughly 400 to 500 construction workers to move through Nunavut through the construction season.
Thank you. Is there a budget for those construction workers?
Kina yan atok to sa nita ko nga sa nagatok to no pitakak ka.
Takwa kinayak tong narinyakting itagwani contract iluani akik simang mata kanong kinayak tong niyang mga takwa sanayaw na rayangit kasi animan na pilare kaktugo kanok takwa ilak kaniyagod akikakayang na rayangit solo takuna ni tuyong mibing ni nukangayakang na rayangit takwa tagwa akik sakagkan na rayang ningin nun akit to ko tiwalang ni akto naro nang ito kasi ani takwa man na pilare ayaw pilare katigib takwa tamaw nga sana yaktong niyakto gawa magkut contract liari si mayangin nun. Right now the construction companies that are coming up to do the work have contractual obligations that were there to begin with. The only extra cost, the additional extra cost would be the isolation hub cost and the cost of having them to sit in isolation for 2 weeks. And that work and those numbers we are currently working with the individual contractors that are coming to do contract work on government projects. So we are working with the contractors on those numbers.
Thank you. My next question is from Minister Hickes. This week, there was a video of a nurse at the Iqaluit hospital posted on TikTok walking around with scissors saying that she would stab somebody if they got close to her. That video has been circulated through social media. Many people in Nunavut are pretty upset and concerned about it. Is the Department of Health doing anything to investigate this video and the nurse who posted it?
Tapani pinasako sa mita ko lang at tatagayali amin ang mita na nasiyok ti kalumeo tayo ma kidyaw tiliyak suni tayo ma kapisigayak na suni tayo ma kaninliyaw da ako ni nuna mita ko na nangituloy ko tatsumi nga kaisak sumaban.
I haven't seen the video myself. I was made aware of it, and as well, my officials are aware of it. So how they respond directly to that employee would be a human resource matter. So I can't get into details, and to be honest, I don't even know exactly what stage it's at. I just found out about this recently.
Nalita ko lang itang atak kaya amin ita ko kanayak tingi how yi mayugalawat kasi nita man na kanayak tularin ang moto ka nga makangonak tularin ang mo isa maghahakat tayo lulingin niyo kao sa kakon na jangit dong.
Thank you.
For Minister Kusugak, last one. Emma Tranter, Nunavut News. Minister Kusugak, we heard that the fiber optic line will start to be laid in Nunavut this summer. I'm wondering if you can give us an update on the new Iqaluit fiber optic line project.
Minister Kusugak, na Emma Tranter nunat sekunik takwa igalaw yay ikiakiviko kunaw ti imaw ikangad go Nunavut migo iliyaw lalang ata kanong lito sa kaya sigun na kinunabumit sa natamatumanga.
Ikoyan na may iktan na nunabing ni pilareango ni akto. Man na akto na kadyangin man nunabog iluwa ni taikualo ako kituning tamaw nga nunabong mo igalaway sa bigaw yay nila na tariw aluago tamaw nga tikititaw ni akto. Man na suli pilarea kaya kanong ilula kang niya mga kimakublo talo at jiging itunig atukon na ko minaktunig tamatumamiksano man na sulita ko pilarea kaya thank you for the question. At this time, I have nothing to report on in terms of what we're doing in any differences on the laying of the fiber optics line from Greenland to Nunavut. We're still working on the details on that front. But as for the Nunavut project, it's not our project, and there's nothing for us to report there.
And just a reminder, these are COVID-19 updates. So if you have media requests outside of that, we're happy to accommodate them, but maybe at a different time. Thanks.